Development phases in a football program. A common question that I always get asked in youth development is, at what age should football specialization start? My attitude is that football can be played at any age, but specialized systematic coaching should start around the age of 9 to 10 years. At this age, the psychomotor and intellectual functions are well balanced. In other words, the players are physically and mentally well balanced to start learning the technical tactical elements of the game in a structured systematic development program. I say that it is around the age of 9 to 10 years simply because there are biological differences between players even though they are of the same calendar age. For example, in a junior team, you will always have players that look older and behave much older than others even though they are of the same calendar age. This is why there is no definite age when to start on the development program, just around 9 to 10 years. This period of 9 to 10 years does not necessarily apply to other sports. It takes almost a decade to develop a player, so coaches should be patient with the development process and not try to feed too much information in too short a time. They should get away from the winning emphasis, where concentration is on tactical and physical development, and spend more time in the early phases of creating a solid working base with technical development. In understanding this, it is necessary for the coach to plan and execute structured coaching sessions with movements the player will experience in the game. This modern tendency is called situational coaching. First phase of development, fun phase. Level 1, 5 to 8 years. As mentioned, the ripe age to start with systematic coaching is around the age of 9 to 10 years. Many will no doubt agree with this, but will then ask the question, what do we do with players that have yet to reach this ripe age? If these youngsters want to play football, then we should let them play. At this level, children should be encouraged to play football without the pressures of winning and of being an instant success. This is their fun period. Training and playing should be for fun, with the competition being small-sided and informal. Small-sided simply because there is more touch of the ball, less distance to cover between the two goals, and all players are able to defend and attack over the small playing space. With informal competitions, we get away from the pressures of winning. What the players experience with small-sided games and informal competitions is fun and total freedom of expression. This is what the players enjoy most during this phase. The bones are not fully developed, the muscles are growing in volume but are not firmly attached to the bones. The players at this level have creative thinking and are courageous to attempt various physical movements, which is ideal for the introduction of basic elements in gymnastics. During this phase they show a great deal of interest in playing football, but their emotions and concentration span are very limited. It has to be understood that players at this early age are not motivated to learn the repetitious technical elements of the game, have limited concentration spans and are very easily distracted. During this phase I have the 5 and 6-year-old playing 3v3, 4v4, while the 7 and 8 years play 5v5, 6v6. Second phase of development, technical phase. Levels 2 and 3, 9 to 12 years. This second phase of development is regarded as the technical phase, where the player is taught the basic technical elements of the game correctly. This phase, with technical emphasis, will establish a solid basis for later tactical development. Tactics must not be taught in this phase of development at the expense of technique. However, parallel with the teaching of techniques, progression is maintained with the implementation of only basic tactical elements. As long as players have difficulty in controlling, kicking and dribbling the ball, they will not be able to realize their tactical ideas. During this period of development, the bones are developing very quickly with the muscles increasing in weight and size. The emotions and concentration spans for learning are on the increase. During this level, the flexibility of the player is in slight decline as a result of the bones growing a little quicker than the muscles. The psychomotor ability of the player is at an ideal period. This is the ripe age to start coaching the players in a controlled systematic youth development program. The gradual progression in coaching techniques is as follows. 1. Player without the ball, without pressure. 2. Player with the ball, without pressure. 3. Player with the ball, token pressure. 4. Player with the ball, full pressure. Third phase of development, tactical and physical phase. Levels 4, 5 and 6 13 to 18 years. This third phase of development is represented by an increase in the tactical and physical development of the player. Tactics decide how the physical qualities, and advantages and technical skills of the player should be used for the benefit of the team in the actual match situation. Having established a solid technical basis from the second phase of development, the coach now is able to progress onto the more complex exercises of combining the technical knowledge in specific match situations. This period fits in with puberty, where we have the growth spurt, resulting in increased muscle tone. Physical development now becomes emphasized with vivid growth in muscle strength and endurance. Coaches should be aware that this growth spurt can negatively influence coordination and flexibility of body movement. This is only temporary and should stabilize towards the end of this phase of development. The players during this level show a greater tactical understanding of the sport and interest to play at the highest level. With coaching tactics, as with techniques, it is important for coaches to ensure that there is a gradual progression in development and move from the central, basic, to the peripheral, complex, elements of the game. The coaching of tactics is represented by 3 stages. 1. Individual tactics. 2. Group tactics. 3. Team tactics. The gradual progression in coaching tactics is as follows. 1. Player without the ball, without pressure. 2. Player with the ball, without pressure. 3. Player with the ball, token pressure. 4. Player with the ball, full pressure. Thank you for being with us.